Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Today, I wanted to introduce you to the concept of alignment. For as long as we can remember, we've been hearing about the word alignment. But what does it really mean? What does it really mean to a society that has so forgotten the meaning of what it's like to be coherent, to be a unified whole, to be a whole of sorts that could only bring about the unity of consciousness eventually, near the end of time, that could bring about what it truly means to be in alignment. So, ladies and gentlemen, the term alignment has been a controversial one. It's been a term long foretold in the wind of gurus speaking of and mentioning of how to be in alignment. It's been a term grasped by generations in the past who are quite confused as to what that really means. And I'm here to tell you that to be in alignment, one has to be in true unity, in true connection with God. That God that is so inherently a part of you that you can never live a day without being a part of that God, that unity consciousness. To be in alignment truly means that we are liberated. Liberated from our sins, liberated from the truths untold, of harshness in the night, of those days in which all of society lost sleep, lost hope, lost the concept of who we are. Because at the end of the day, we were always a unified whole. And to not step into that energy up until this point had always meant that as a unified whole, that we've never been in alignment. And you see, the term alignment has been here since the beginning of time, and it will forevermore be here as an aspect of self that is soon to be realized, soon to be picked up on by the collective, by a collective so lost up until this point, lost to the truths of the self untold, lost to the power of the truths that are so inherently inside of each and every one of us. And I'm here to tell you that the term alignment is here to stay. But finally, once and for all, as a society, as a collective whole, we will be able to band together and figure out what this term really means. In the coming years to come, humanity will step into the power of alignment. A power so great that only the self, as an aspect of self, as an aspect of the whole, can behold and can grow and can merge into that energy of alignment foretold. Foretold are the days of a society so lost, so broken, that we have forgotten that our brothers and sisters were once a part of a whole, a part of us, a part of our being, a part of our spirit, a part of who we are on an inherent level. That the concept of separation has brought us further from ourselves than it has brought us closer to home. And that home, you see, was here all along. That home has never left you. And I will forever, until the end of days, until the end of my days, sit here and reiterate to you the truth of it all, until every single last one of you has heard it, has felt it, has believed it, has known it, and has merged into it. Because the times to come are a time of great satisfaction, of stories of merging on an individual level and on a collective level of truths shed in the wind as we step into our next incarnation, of becoming a whole once more, of walking in alignment alongside our brothers and sisters, alongside society that has been walking alone for far too long. As a unified front, as a whole collective, it is only when we walk together that we can be in alignment. And never forget that. Never forget this truth. Never forget the fact that when alignment comes, you will feel it deep within your soul. A soul so tender, a soul so brave, a soul so forgotten in yesterday's past, that today you would have been a much bigger, grander, better, more loving, more caring, more infinite, more absolute soul than you've ever been before. But it is only when we become in alignment then that we will be able to see this truth, that we will be able to shed of all of the distortions that we've been living in today's society, a society that has been so lost. Our children will one day grow up to see this whole, to experience this whole that we have always been, as we've never been apart from God. We have never been apart from who we are on an inherent level, on a collective level, on a level that's so deep within our soul that we can only imagine it to be an illusion. But I'm here to tell you that that illusion is soon to come to an end of days where we can start a new beginning of alignment, of oneness, of wholeness, of forever unity. Because that has always been who you are, and it's time to shed off the illusion of what you are not. Today, like any other day, I will sit here with hope in my heart that one day we will be whole again. Because that is my goal. That is my goal for the centuries to come, for the children of my bosom, for the society that has been so lost, away from home, away from the whole, away from a unified whole that is forever and always the bosom of God. The bosom of God has a warmth so deep, so tender, so cherished, that you won't ever forget what it's like to be whole again. Once we shed off the illusion of the separation that we've been living in for lifetimes to come. For lifetimes to inherently inherit. Reincarnation after reincarnation, life after death. It's going to be the grandest journey of our soul's ascension.